On behalf of the Value Them Both Coalition, we'd like to thank the members of the media and our other esteemed guests for joining us for today's important announcement. My name is Mackenzie Haddix, and I serve as Deputy Communications Director for the Value Them Both Coalition. Through the combined leadership of Kansans for Life, the Kansas Catholic Conference, and Kansas Family Voice, the largest grassroots outreach campaign in state history is mobilizing to reach voters in all 105 counties with the truth about the Value Them Both Amendment. Passage of the Value Them Both Amendment is the only way for Kansans to restore our state constitution to the way it was before a 2019 state Supreme Court decision caused all existing bipartisan passed laws regulating the abortion industry to become presumed unconstitutional. Just as this ruling by unelected judges removed the legal foundation for basic regulations on abortion, it also usurped the rights of the people to have a voice regarding our state's governance in this matter. The Value Them Both Amendment is Kansans' only means to remedy this and defend over 20 years of established law. We are here today to announce that over 200 medical and mental health professionals from across Kansas are lending their voice and encouraging a yes vote on the Value Them Both Amendment on August 2nd. We will hear briefly from two speakers who represent a large and growing alliance of our most highly educated, compassion-driven, and service-oriented Kansas citizens. I would like to invite Dr. Lisa Gilbert to the podium at this time.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Lisa Gilbert. I'm a family physician and I provide full spectrum primary care, including women's health and obstetrics. I did my residency training in Wichita here and loved it so much I decided to make this state my home. For 3 years, I practiced in rural Kansas, including at a federally qualified health center, doing obstetrics and prenatal care, before returning to Wichita to continue my practice. I'm passionate about supporting and protecting women in Kansas, especially those who are underserved and medically vulnerable. I am pleased to be here today to help represent the newly formed Kansas Medical and Mental Health Professionals for the Value Them Both Amendment. Over the past several months, over 200 professionals have coalesced in support of our one shared goal to help reclaim our ability to regulate the abortion industry and to protect the lives of both women and babies by voting yes on the Value Them Both Amendment on August 2nd. Several months ago, a group of physicians gathered because we were concerned about the direction Kansas was heading. We had become aware that an unprecedented Kansas Supreme Court decision in 2019 removed the legal foundations for decades of bipartisan passed common sense laws regulating abortion practices. In doing so, the court decreed that virtually any limitation or regulation on abortion would soon be struck down. Overnight, Kansas had become one of the most extreme states in the country in regard to abortion. This sweeping 2019 ruling was then used to strike down basic protections for women, including standard inspection, safety, and sanitation requirements for abortion facilities. This law was passed because of terrible conditions discovered in a legally operating abortion facility in Kansas City, Kansas, where a home-grade dishwasher was used to sterilize surgical equipment. And in fact, after years of ignoring reports, state officials finally inspected this facility and discovered unsafe, unsanitary conditions in every room, blocked fire exits, and even fetal remains in the refrigerator. This now overturned law was put into place because Kansans agreed that better protections for women were necessary. And we asked our elected officials to work across the aisle to reach a solution. Since the 2019 ruling, Kansas has become an abortion destination for women from other states. In fact, our state is experiencing the largest increase in abortion numbers in a quarter of a century. Not only do we rank among the most extreme states in the nation, we are one of the only few states where our own voters have no voice and safety regulations are now lacking. But we now have a chance to do better, to once again protect women who live and visit here. On August 2nd, Kansans will have the opportunity to vote on the Value Them Both ballot measure A yes vote is merely a vote to have a voice. It is a vote in favor of letting the people of Kansas have a vote in the first place and allowing our state to keep our laws that have been agreed upon for decades. It is a voice to protect women. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gilbert. I would like to now invite Dr. Kelly Bird to the podium.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Kelly Bird. I was born and raised in Wichita, Kansas, growing up and going to school just down the street from here. I am proud to say I've lived in Kansas for most of my life. I completed medical school at Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences in 2012 and completed a residency in general pediatrics through KU Wichita. I am currently a board-certified pediatrician practicing in Kansas City. To provide additional background regarding today's announcement, we are here to represent the over 200 medical and mental health professionals for Value Them Both, formed through colleague-to-colleague outreach among doctors, physician's assistants, nurse practitioners, nurses, psychologists, and pharmacists. All of us share a dedication for caring for the physical health and emotional well-being of our patients. Together, we have written an open letter to explain why passing the Value Them Both Amendment is vital to returning our state to a place where the abortion industry is not left unlimited or unregulated. It should not be allowed to police itself. As a pediatrician, I am dedicated to caring for children in our community, especially young girls. Teens and preteens have to navigate many challenges as they grow into maturity in today's world. A teenager's ability to communicate with a parent to help them through these tough years can literally be life-saving. I hope Kansans can all agree that no 14-year-old girl should be dropped off at an abortion clinic without her parents' knowledge. But we will lose our parental notification law unless we pass the Value Them Both Amendment. The loss of parental notification laws will harm both daughters and parents and expose young girls to dangers from traffickers and other perpetrators who would no longer be held accountable. Young girls need more protection, not less. Kansas voters have already shown we want reasonable regulations beyond just clinic sanitation, safety standards, and protections for minor girls. Kansans don't want taxpayer-funded abortions. Kansans do not want to lose our laws requiring informed consent, such as the Women's Right to Know Act. As healthcare professionals in Kansas, the members of our coalition embrace core professional principles to protect informed consent and, above all, to do no harm. As professionals, we firmly believe patients must be provided all relevant facts about any intervention that will alter her life or body. These principles lay the foundation for our stand as healthcare professionals in support of the Kansas Value Them Both constitutional amendment, and we invite others to join with us. Information about the statement can be found at valuethemboth.com. Kansans want reasonable protections for all women and girls, and above all, we want and deserve a voice in how to best protect them. The abortion industry should not get special treatment. At the very least, women deserve abortion clinics to have the highest health and safety standards. As medical and mental health professionals in communities across Kansas, we urge all voters to vote yes on the Value Them Both Amendment on August 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bird. We know that highly educated medical and mental health professionals are the most valued and respected voices when it comes to the health and well-being of women and children. We're grateful for their support and solidarity with the Value Them Both coalition and hundreds of thousands of Kansans who share the belief that women deserve better than to be left vulnerable to an unregulated abortion industry.